Now we review Harold and the Purple Crayon, the 2024 film. Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen Harold and the Purple Crayon. Yes, isn't that nice? No, it's not nice? Yeah, you're probably right. Anyway, for every 1,000 subscribers I did purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. Now, Harold and the Purple Crayon. Shazam has a purple crayon that allows him, instead of being Shazam, he has a purple crayon that gives him the superpower of being able to create anything he wants that he draws. So it's the Green Lantern ring of purple crayons. And he lives in his own little world with his moose and his porcupine friend. And this world is narrated by an old man. And then one day the old man stops narrating. And Shazam has to come to our world to find out why the old man isn't narrating anymore. And along the way, his moose friend turns into Discount Kevin Hart, and his porcupine friend turns into this hot English chick who did not get enough screen time because best part of the movie. And along the way, he finds that his arch nemesis is a D&D nerd with issues, and then there's this hot chick and her son who need spiritual guidance. All right, so that's your movie, and this movie is getting slayed by critics. It's got like a 25% of critics on Rotten Tomatoes, but a 95% of audiences on Rotten Tomatoes. And further along those lines, it's getting something like a 4.3 on IMDb. So, people are saying this movie is bad. And I did not read the original books that this is basically, there's a children's book, which is called Harold and the Purple Crayon. And it's about a boy whose imagination essentially runs wild because he has a purple crayon. And anything he draws, he imagines comes to life. And, one of the things about this particular film is that it is designed to invoke a certain air of whimsy. And, that air of whimsy is very real. It's like if I had the purple crayon, the things I would draw. I would probably start by drawing a box full of money. $100 bills. I would draw, hundreds of dollars of bills, and then I'd have money. And, the rest of us, we would do things like we draw cars, and we draw, everything comes out purplish, though, which is not necessarily a good thing. But, there's a lot of CG, and the first segment of this is animated. And a lot of people are complaining, or at least some people are complaining, that this film was not completely animated. But, if you're really going to complain, why is Harold a grown man? Clearly it's like, I think he's 30s or 40s when Harold in the book is a child. And it's like, well, Harold grew up. Yeah, but Harold doesn't grow up. That's not how these characters work. He's eternally a child because that's what the book is. And why does Moose and Porcupine, why do they become people? Because in somebody's version of this cartoon, this children's book, they are people. They're characters based on people, and I would have had Moose become a much larger person, but that's not who they wanted. So that's what this became. And it honestly looks like, really? Airplane? It honestly looks like the people who are enjoying this film are parents and grandparents with young children. And they're taking them to this film and they're remembering their love of the book as a child. And this movie is whimsical, it's safe, it's not really challenging you, but it does deal with the concept of death. And, it's like, for example, the young boy of the film, his father passed away and his mother is struggling to keep things together. And you know what? She works at, it could be a real store, but it's kind of a version of Walmart. And yet she lives in a good house. So, I mean, unless the dad paid for the house before he died, or she comes from money, she doesn't need that job. That's one hole in the plot. I know this is a kid's movie, but, you know, if she's working at Walmart, she should be in an assisted living or something. There's no way she's taking care of her kid and not keeping in boarders. That's just how things are. You know, that's one criticism I have of the film, but I don't believe the hate that is being thrown upon this film is warranted. Yes, the CGI is not good, and you can tell in every scene what the CGI is when there is CGI present. You know where I can also tell in every scene where there is CGI present? Jurassic Park. There is 15 minutes of dinosaur footage in Jurassic Park, and you give me any shot, still shot, from Jurassic Park, I can probably tell you with 99% accuracy what is and is not CGI. So that's not a valid criticism of this film. It's a children's movie. It's not supposed to look hyper-realistic. These things, like there is a flying dragon eagle monster, and like, you know, if that thing were real, it would be terrifying. But in it's because it's clearly not real, it's cute and adorable, and that's just what it is. So, you know, Harold and the Purple Crayon, it belongs pretty much in the middle of your watch list for a very specific reason. If this is a movie for children basically under 5 or fans of the book. And if you have young children under 5, they're probably going to think this is a pretty fun movie. And if you have people that, you know, live in this world where wouldn't it be wonderful if I had a magic crayon, this would probably appeal to them. And if you're somebody in my age range, that lady that is really a porcupine, I mean, you know, I'd take a spine for that. That is, you know, one cute lady. She's kind of, you know, got a very unique appearance, but she's cute. She's really adorable. So I have to say that maybe this isn't a theater watch. Maybe this is a wait for streaming watch. Maybe this is a watch this with your young children kind of a movie. Obviously, if you're not into kids' films, this is kryptonite to you. I mean, you know, it's like my brother who's a big horror movie fan. I would not recommend this to him. But for parents with young children, I would definitely recommend this film. It's fun, it's airy, it's light, and it has not a heavy-handed message, but it deals with the abstract concept of death. So I would say, yeah, middle of the watch list. You may love this film or you will hate this film. It's generally going to be pretty polarizing. But, you know, I don't think it's as bad as people say. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours down in the comments below. I, of course, am Richard.
Greetings, humans! It's your old pal Randall the Rat again, and I'm taking a break from eating your delicious face to remind you to comment, like, and subscribe. And why should you do that? Well, for one thing, see this bling here? That awesome, isn't it? Yeah, got a dragon on it. This is what you get if you go to the Conqueror and start the Great Wall of China Challenge. Yeah. Walk long enough, bike long enough, you can plant 5 trees and get this awesome necklace, which the owner of this channel, Richard, has done for you, because he wanted to plant 5 trees and get an awesome necklace. And for every 1,000 subscribers he gets, he also buys a bracelet from 4Ocean, and they pull a pound of trash out of the ocean. So the more money he has, the more of these challenges he buys from the Conqueror, and the more trees he plants for you. So if you comment, you like, and subscribe, he can buy more bracelets, pull more trash out of the ocean, and plant more trees. Isn't that awesome? Shouldn't you be doing that then? Be smart. Click that like button, or I'll eat you. Might eat you anyway. You look delicious.